Welcome back, guys, to another Starseed video. And today, I just want to talk about, you know, grinding and following your dreams, just following your true passion, giving it all you got, and never letting anybody discourage you from what you want to do or what is it you're trying to accomplish. Because I got these sports clips in the background. I'm sure at one point in time, every single athlete that you see in these clips, at one point in time, they had doubt creep into their mind. They had people tell them that they weren't going to be anything or that they weren't good enough at a certain time. And I don't think they ever believed that. They always believed in themselves. And I'm just a big proponent of wanting everybody to follow in their passion and follow in their dreams, because I'm a person that follows in my passion and follows in my dreams. Even this YouTube channel that I'm starting now, I may not think it's a dream that I have per se, it's been something that I've been wanting to start for a very long time. And even when I was younger, I did make YouTube videos and I did try and, start this whole process of just making content and getting into it. A lot of people out here, it's hard for them to start. It is hard for them to start and take that first step into following what you really want and taking the time to give it your all. Just giving it your all is very important to what you want to accomplish in this life. And everything in this life you can accomplish. Anything that you want, you can accomplish. Don't let anybody try and burden you with their own failures or their own ideas or opinions of you. I promise you genuinely can accomplish anything that you want in this life. Everybody that you see winning here, everybody that you see accomplishing things, they believed in themselves. They had utmost confidence to believe in themselves. So don't ever think that you can't accomplish what you want, because you can. It may not be in sports, it may not be in anything physical, but it could be something in your daily life that you just want to accomplish. And I'm here. I support you. Hats off to you, because like I said, a lot of people don't start. It's hard to put that first foot forward to go ahead and get yourself motivated and have the discipline to wake up every day and do something that you might not feel like doing that day. So I understand everybody has their days, and every day is a different day, and you might need rest every once in a while, and that's okay. But just make sure that you get back on that high horse and you try again. If at first you don't succeed, then try again. It's okay to fail. It's okay to go through the process of failure, because eventually, once you get over and overcome failure, there's success. And that's when you start to compound success. You just start to stack success upon success. And that's what you guys need to realize. Not everything is going to be an overnight thing. Some things may happen overnight, and that's greatest case scenario, but it's not like you're always going to have an overnight success. If anything, it's least likely for you to have overnight success. But if you grind and hustle, this is where nobody sees you, nobody understands what you're doing. A lot of people are going to ask you why you don't want to come out, or why you aren't doing this, or bro, you're lame, come outside, do this. But you don't need to listen to these people. I know you may get fear of missing out. Even I get fear of missing out on certain things, but I have to understand my priorities, because to be honest, I want to live a long, luxurious life. I want to be able to travel the world whenever I want. I don't want to be having my time given to another person to line their own pockets. That's just not something that I aspire to do for the rest of my life. I'm still a young man. I'm still only 25 years old. And if you're young as me, even if you're older than me, even if you're in your 30s or 40s, it's never too late to start. It's never too late to really put that foot forward. If you've never been the type to, get uncomfortable and challenge yourself, then I would say do something that makes you uncomfortable, something that's healthy. Being uncomfortable is a way of growing. You ever been at a party or at a different event or something, and you seen a boy or a girl that you just were like, wow, they are so fine, they are so magical, I need to go up and talk to them, but the thought of going up and talking to them made you nervous or it made you uncomfortable. It just was something that, you know, you didn't resonate with in the moment. But if you didn't take that chance, then you'll just never know. That's room for growth. And if you get past that initial hump of nervousness or uncomfortableness, after that, if you just keep doing it, repetition, you will no longer be nervous or uncomfortable. Like, for example, me, things don't really get, like, I don't really get nervous, and things don't really get stressful for me anymore. Things don't really, like, aren't awkward for me in certain situations. I always have this confidence about me where if I fail, then it's like, okay, that's okay. It's okay to fail. It is very okay to fail, as I had said before. There's nothing wrong with failure. Even though society and all these like movies and media and everything want you to believe that failing is like a bad thing, but failing is not a bad thing. In the moment, it may be a bad thing, especially if you like really needed to succeed at something, but it's always good to learn. You'll never learn if you're always winning. Winning is the worst teacher. So I encourage you, if you're watching right now, I really do encourage you to get outside your comfort zone and really challenge yourself. Like all these NBA stars, UFC stars, any single athlete, they challenge themselves to go ahead and become something spectacular. You need to be a little bit delusional if you want to accomplish your dreams. Nobody that is great sat here and said, I just want to be a regular salesman. I want to sit inside of a office job. And if that's what you want to do, that's your prerogative. I'm not coming at you or anything. Just there's certain people in the world that want more out of life, and they want to accomplish things above like themselves and above their own dreams and the dreams of everybody around them. And I think that's great. I think we need more people in life that are willing to just go above and beyond for their dreams. And even if you're a person that would go above and beyond for, you know, somebody else, like, see what happens if you give yourself that grace. See what happens if you give yourself that energy. I understand like helping people is good to you, and even myself, I'm a person that loves to help people, but sometimes you have to be able to just help yourself and hunker down and find a way to help yourself. If you're doing it for your family and you're like, oh, I know I always need to help my family, which is good, I'm not saying that's wrong, but you need to take the time to understand that if you're not good, you're pouring from a glass that's empty. How can you keep pouring from a glass that's empty? You have to make sure that you're good first and foremost. So there's always this quote that I always tell people when I tell them to chase their dreams or set high goals, and it may be cliche, but it's like, I've said a bunch of quotes anyway, but here's another one for you. It is, if you aim for the moon, if you miss, you will always end up in the stars. And I think that's a beautiful quote. I think that perfectly summarizes my life and just the life of, you know, anybody that's trying to accomplish something, because you may not always get to exactly where you want. You may not always get to the exact point that you want, but if you go ahead and take that chance and you go ahead and try your damnedest, you try your hardest, you give it all you've got, I promise you, you will be farther along in your goals, or at least closer to your goals, than if you had not started. I promise you. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. There is nothing in this life that you cannot do as a single human being. A single human being can do so much in this world. And you may not believe it, but I trust and believe. A single person, like the Big Sean song, one man can change the world. And this is true. We've seen it throughout history. One person has decided to just take it upon themselves, start movements, and become this almost, I guess, legendary figure in history. And you can do that too. I'm not saying everybody will do that. If we all had legendary figures, then we wouldn't be legendary. But even in your own special way, you could be the legendary, like, office hero, or legendary, like, gymnast, or I'm just seeing the clip now, but you can be anything. You can be the best in what you do. You can be the best you are. And that's okay. There's no pressure to try and follow anybody else's dreams. If there's dreams being pushed on you, you know, find your own passion. Do something that makes you happy and something that really ignites your spirit. Don't just sit here and work this 9 to 5 and have no hobbies and just, I don't know, be in your mom's basement. Just, I don't know, man. Listen, the whole point of the story and what I'm trying to tell you is go out, get uncomfortable, challenge yourself, really go out and grind, try and make a plan, understand what you want in this life and what really truly makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting anybody or derailing somebody else's dreams or passions, I promise you, like, go out there. I'm supporting you. We can always come back, and if you need, come talk to me. Like, we can have an open conversation and I can try and give you advice. I'm not saying I'm like the greatest advice giver in the entire world, but I know I ain't shitty. Like, I try and be helpful to everybody that I can, and I do want to have this community around me where I, inspire and motivate and support others. And I just hope you take my words and try and bet on yourself. Betting on yourself is one of the greatest things you will ever do in your entire life. If you bet on yourself, you will never lose. But I think that's going to go ahead and do it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. This has been another Starseed video. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Comment if you like the content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys. Love and peace.